Hi guys, welcome to today's video. Now I just want to start out by saying this was filmed back in November, late November, and it's taken me all this time to edit it and get it up for you. It's also a very talkative video, so if that's not your sort of thing, then this might not be the video for you, but I do have plenty of others you can choose from if you haven't seen those. Also, for anyone who regularly watches my vlogs, you may note that it's out of order with the last vlog I posted, which was Zoe's first birthday. That was filmed on the 1st of December, but this was filmed late November. So there's a little bit of out of syncness here, but I felt I wanted to post this still, and I really wanted to get her birthday video straight up. So here we go, here you go. So that's why that one came out like a couple of days after it actually was filmed. But this is a week's worth of vlogging over our weird essay lockdown. So if you're interested in that, please keep watching. Let's roll that footage. Hi everyone. Today is Wednesday the 18th of November, and a lot has happened in the last few days. So on the 14th, Saturday night, I did go busking, and at that stage we hadn't had any locally transmitted COVID cases in my state since April, so it was a pretty safe sort of thing to do at that time. The following day, we were alerted that there were 4 new COVID cases. 3 of those were linked to a supposed cluster. The next day, another 15 people from that cluster tested positive. Now we're here at Wednesday, so 4 days later, and my government has decided to put us into a lockdown. Currently a 6-day lockdown with easing of restrictions at the 6-day mark, which will then have that level of restriction for another 8 days. But, you know, as other people have seen, lockdowns can start off being a certain amount of time and then get blown out. I'm really hoping that it doesn't get blown out. The 6-day lockdown for us here starting tonight actually prevents me from taking Zoey for a walk around the block even. And so literally she has to be shut in the house and the small backyard for 6 consecutive days. And she's not even 1-year-old yet, and she's a Kelpie cross Labrador. She needs so much exercise or else she starts going crazy, and it's really hard to get by with her. Like, she's just got so much energy. I wish that they didn't do that. I understand there's people that do the wrong thing and everything, but I'm not one of those people. I would like go out, stay away from everyone, and just make sure that my dog gets what she needs. I would see that as essential, but apparently others don't. We can still go out for food and for medical reasons, but otherwise we're to remain home. And we've had it really good here in South Australia, so I don't want to seem like I'm going, oh, woe is me, because like, yeah, we've had it really good. It's just one of these cases came from a Medi hotel, where we were returning citizens from overseas, and one of the security guards has caught it and brought it out into the local community. So for a long time there, we were all good. Everyone was safe and protected, and now the tables have turned. So I do need to preface that any of my previous videos, it was a different situation. Oh my God, magpie, go away. A magpie up there, and it sort of swooped down at Maya. Now Zoe's sitting there. I mean, if it was literally like, if it was just me here, no pets, or even just no Zoe, no dog, 6 days of lockdown, easy. I work from home most of the time. It's just that I have her that I am sort of a bit on the worried side about how hellish the next week's gonna be. Today is a really hot day, and I want to get Zoe out so that she can have her last little run of freedom for the next week. But it's hot. It's meant to be 34 degrees today, and you can't really take a dog out when it's that hot. So I'll have to wait and do that a bit later on when it's gotten a little cooler, and live it up for her this afternoon. Come on, Zoe, give her a chance to get up. Good girl. Good girl. Tired. It's been a hot day. So it's day 1 of lockdown here in Adelaide. Busy playing with my puppy, and I noticed this. Day 1 of lockdown means goodbye to my cat tower. Yay! She took the spiky thing off and then got to the underneath and chewed a hole through it. She'd tore apart the ties that were holding it on, so I've put it back on. It still seems to be stable enough, but it's not going to have much more of a life. The day's been alright, I guess. I've been editing, and that's that. There's no update on being able to walk Zoe, so she's in the backyard at the moment, and I've been keeping her from barking, so why am I doing the bouncy baby thing with you? I know you're a baby, but you're a kitten, not a baby. Don't need bouncy baby. This is Bella, if you haven't seen her before. She is my latest addition. She is kitty number 5. At least I've got them. So yes, anyway, enjoy this little bit of footage I got of Zoe playing with some water I was spraying from the hose earlier. It's one of our fun little games. Hi guys, so today is Friday the 20th of October, and we've just had another update for our lockdown, and that update is very different to the last couple of days, and it's that we are now allowed to exercise, so we're allowed to go for a walk, and I can take Zoe out. So it's only been 1 day without having to take her. She chewed into cat towel leg and started on an ottoman yesterday, so I'm very much happy to be able to take her out of the house. And we're gonna go do that in a second. I'm wearing my It's a Good Day shirt because I'm so much lighter today, and woke up to the update that I can exercise, but also that tomorrow night they will be easing restrictions again. So by Sunday, we will no longer be in lockdown. Apparently, one of the people that tested positive lied about working at a pizza shop, and that has had ramifications in that they don't think the strain of virus would have been so risky to have gotten to the customers of the pizza shop, because both people that tested positive there were working there. Doesn't mean there's no risk to the people that have bought pizzas from that shop while those people were in an infectious period and working there, but it does mean that it's lower, just because the second person that was just like, I was just a customer, I went there once and I bought a pizza and I caught it, was actually working in close proximity with the other person, you know, for a very much longer period of time. So they are quite happy to go back on what they originally decided. They actually stated they wouldn't have put us into a hard lockdown had they known this, but they were under the impression that this strain was very easily transmittable or transmissible. to, you know, that everyone that went and got a pizza could, you know, the numbers could be in the thousands, and perhaps they only needed to be in the store for a minute and they would have it. So yeah, that's where we're at today. We'll maybe have some more information tomorrow. For the time being, it looks like it was a very short lockdown, which is wonderful. It's still a cluster. There's still other places that people have been, and we're still getting numbers in as a result of this cluster. I guess we'll wait and see how that goes, but for today, I'm going to take Zoe for a walk with a mask on and socially distanced from everyone, and it'll help. When she's a tired doggo, it makes for much easier days for mum of doggo. Anyway, that is update from lockdown day 2. And then we're gonna have lockdown day 3 tomorrow, and then it'll be no more lockdown. I mean, our government here has been really on top of things, so we've been really, really lucky, and I'm glad that we could like go hard and fast with our lockdown and get back to semi-normal again. And here I am, ready to go on our walk out into the world, looking stylish as ever. I've actually ordered some cloth ones of these. Whether they'll be much needed, don't know, but I'm gonna have them on hand just in case. And who knows, like, although everything's been good, little outbreaks like this are very possible in the future, so I might need it again at some stage, and I don't want to be using the disposable ones all the time. So this one is just super well shaped, it looks amazing. But yeah, beautiful day outside, so we're gonna go enjoy it, and it's a good day. Someone's so excited. That's true. Good, yeah. Yeah, we're all good. Okay, let's go. I was having some trouble with Zoe and her barking earlier, and she's just not responding to what I do now. Like, we've tried with trying to reinforce quiet, and we've tried with me calling her when she barks to get her to come to me when she hears something, and like that is no longer effective. I've tried playing with her when she barks to distract her, and that's also no longer effective. And I actually can't get her, she's too fast when she's in my yard. And I've also tried having her out there with a lead on so that I can get the lead, but she's still too fast for me to get the lead pretty much. And it's just a nightmare currently. So I've been looking into finally getting something, resorting to getting something. I don't want to get her a shock collar, like I don't want to get her anything that's harmful. There's a couple of different devices that aren't harmful but annoying to her. I didn't want to have to resort to that, but I am like really, really struggling with her. She's a very hard puppy in a lot of respects, and she's a good girl and she will get there, but I'm trying to work through this and I'm at my wit's end now. So I'm looking at a collar that emits a noise and a vibration, and it will slowly increase the length of these things with the barking. For the first 3 or 4 barks, it's just noise, and then it starts to vibrate. And I'm hoping that something like that will cut it out so that she doesn't have to wear it forever, just wears it for a little bit, and that negative behavior gets negative reinforcement and stops. I can't have her barking like she's been doing with my neighbors, and it's just making it a nightmare for me. So she doesn't want to play like that, Zoe. Ooh. Bonk. That's an interesting sleeping position. Comfy? What's going on, babe? Whoa! You brought the rope. You brought the rope. And what happens every single time you want the piece I get? Zoey. Woo! Yeah. Yay. Good girl. So today was the 21st of November, and it was Saturday, and it's now Sunday at 1 a.m. I meant to vlog earlier, I just didn't get to it. Now, at 1 a.m., we are officially out of lockdown here in SA. I think it may have been the shortest lockdown ever because of the false information given. The officials in my state thought that a lockdown was the best course of action, but once they found out the real information, they were like, let's open everything back up. So we didn't find out anything more that was worrying within the last 36 hours. So they've gone ahead with opening us back up. Today was a really warm day. It was like 36 degrees. About the only interesting thing that happened was I was smelling smoke in the house, and I was thinking, oh great, you know, we've got another bushfire that's caught ablaze somewhere. But it turned out that one of my neighbors were burning off their weeds on a 36 degrees Celsius day in a fire ban season. What is going on? What is burning? Gonna set off a bloody bushfire. I don't know what was going through their heads. How do you live in Australia and not realize that you can't burn between November and April because you could risk setting the place alight? The property that's directly behind them has a massive garden, so that fire could have very easily got into that garden, just gone absolutely nuts, possibly damaged the house that's there, then possibly damaged the houses around it. It was quite worrying, and my neighbor went out and was like, you can't be doing this, put it out, put it out. And they did, and they didn't start it back up again, which was a relief, to be honest, and we avoided disaster. So that was good. Zoey and I played in the backyard a bit during the day because it was quite warm. We didn't go out for a walk till it got cooler, and she's actually walking quite well at the moment, whether it's the heat or not, but I think she's made a little improvement there. Today I managed to have a little bit of chill time and watch a new movie called Palm Springs. It was interesting. I've now got my hallway tidied up, but I was meant to stream tonight and I'm just not feeling it. I'm really just not. And it's now past 1 in the morning, and I'm going to start my bedtime routine and see if I can get myself to sleep at a reasonable hour. And also on another note, I got another email saying my COVID safe plan, my updated one, was in. So that means that, as far as I'm aware, busking can resume. And I could legally go out today and do some busking, but I'm still sort of worried about the cluster, the numbers and everything. So I think I might hold back just a little bit and see how things go in the next week. Maybe I'll start to feel a little bit more confident about going out in public. But I didn't like how people were still coming up to me last weekend. I don't know whether that's because we were like so far from the last scare, you know, but maybe now that we've had this kind of second wave with this cluster, maybe it's brought it to the forefront of people's minds again and they'll stay away. I don't know if there was anything else I needed to update you on. I think we had one more case today that's linked to the cluster, and that was it. We are still waiting and expecting to see higher numbers come in over the next few days at least. I went to Coles. Oh, I forgot this. Yeah, so I went to Coles today, which is a supermarket, food shop here, and I got myself a copy of the paper, which is the advertiser, because I'm in an article in the weekend section of the paper. It's not quite like the last time that I was in the paper, because like my picture's not in there, but it is an article that I was interviewed for, and there is a little section there about me. It's just basically going over it, how it's tough now, how hard it's gotten for buskers with like amplification bans and now limitations and all of that. The reason I thought about Coles was I went and I'm wearing a mask now. I mean, it's not mandatory at the moment, but it's highly recommended. And I was like really relieved to see like probably 90% of the people there at the shop were masked up. And given that we here haven't had that in the past, our government hadn't got to the point of saying, yes, wear masks, because we just didn't have the numbers. But with this cluster, it's really good to see, at least in my little experience of going around the corner to the shops, to see most people were doing the right thing and making sure that we're like trying to stop the virus and contain it again. And like, because we've come out of lockdown so quickly, and like I feel super lucky for that, it does mean there's a possibility Christmas could end up okay and we could spend it with our families, which would be amazing. I am very sorry to people in other parts of the world that won't be able to do that and have been on very strict lockdowns or just very long lockdowns. And I can only imagine what you're going through and how hard it is. It's just been so good to be here in semi-normality. And I feel guilty saying that, because I'm like, so many people and probably a lot of my viewers don't have that experience. Everyone's going into different lockdowns and having different regulations and all of that. And here we went into lockdown, an actual lockdown, for 3 days, and now we're out of it. And so I can't complain about anything, because that was nothing, absolutely nothing. But having seen what's happened in other areas of the world with lockdowns being said, okay, it's going to be 2 weeks, and then getting extended and extended and extended, the fear of the unknown at the beginning of this, which was very much sprung upon us because our government acted so quickly, that was what was affecting me. I was quite worried about the what ifs. I didn't need to be, I guess. 2020 just feels like a constant state of anxiety over, well, what's going to happen next? Because anything can happen. And even in my very privileged, lucky part of the world over here, we're still being impacted. Things took a long time to have everything open up again. And then we were suddenly just like, nope. And now it's like, actually, we're just gonna like go back, say 75% to where we were just before, like 4 days ago. Oh, does your head in a bit. Hi guys, it's Sunday the 22nd of November, and I'm not feeling great today. It was really hard to wake up this morning, and I still feel like I could sleep the entire day away. And I woke up with a blocked nose and my mouth was dry from obviously breathing through my mouth overnight. I am just incredibly exhausted, and in the past when this has happened and I've got a day where I'm just like absolutely knocked down, but not really showing symptoms of other things. Usually the symptoms show up the next day. And we've had a storm here overnight, so I'm not ruling out that it couldn't just be pollen in the air that caused my stuffy nose overnight, because I do get hay fever. But my throat does feel a tiny bit sore, and unfortunately that is one of the symptoms to look for with COVID-19, which means I need to go and get a COVID test. I had one earlier this year, just when I had a very mild, like tingle in my throat and was like, I'm pretty worried. So I went and had one then, and that one was negative. Today's sore throat feels more than just the tingle that I had the last time. But unfortunately, that time made me know what the test is like, and it was the worst feeling I've ever experienced to have a nasal swab. So to say I am anxious about having another one is an understatement, and it's now 3:15. I've been awake for about 3 hours, and I've had some food and everything, and I was hoping that I would just feel magically better, but I think I have to go get a test. So I will update you as the day moves forward. Moment of anxiety of, oh God, I don't want to do this. Okay, it's all right.
Well done. Back of your nose. Try to be relaxed, okay? 1, 2, 3. Sorry about that. Good job. That's it.
I hate it so much. Oh, it makes my eye water, and but last time they did the throat swab, and then it was a throat and up the nose, but both nostrils. So there was an improvement. I do not like it, not at all, but it's done, it's over. I can feel the horrible sensation fading away. Didn't feel as aggressive as the first time, but still, it's like the whole body screams, this is not meant to be happening. In and out within 10 minutes. So time wise, that was amazing. I will see you back at home. Just came outside and saw a beautiful rainbow. I'm looking forward to the collar arriving because it's driving me crazy. You're driving me crazy. Zoey. No. Come on. Hey, baby girl. You like the new cat tower? What do you got here? I got it. I got it. Hi everyone. Today is Tuesday the 24th of November. I didn't vlog yesterday. I meant to because I did get my result for my COVID test and it was negative, so yay. I did feel a lot better yesterday when I woke up, so I have to say, like, it must have been hay fever, but who knows. I felt normal. Throat's a little bit dry at this second in time, but maybe, I don't know, maybe I am fighting off the tiniest bit of a cold or something, but I'm doing all right. And taking it easy on Sunday was a good call. I just slept on and off, and so that probably helped me feel that bit better. And I managed to edit and upload 2 vlogs over the past couple of days, so achieving quite well. Everything's come out of lockdown, and now that I know that I'm negative, I can also start going out again, which is good because Zoey needs to go to the vet today. So we're off to the vet. She's got some more, she woke up with some more eye gunk today, and a couple of weeks ago she had conjunctivitis. So unfortunately, I couldn't just keep giving her the medicine because the vet said I need to bring her in and check that there's not a grass seed. So we need to do the stain again, and I'll be out at least another $80 for this, which is fun. I mean, you've got to have quite a bit of money on side with pets, and their health, it comes first. So yeah, we're off to do that, but everything's all good. I'm feeling better. We're out of lockdown, just got through all of that, and I think we're going to be pretty much back to normal, except for wearing masks. My mask order that I made is on its way, so I should soon have those. For now, I'm using the disposable ones, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's usually, and a lot of us like that sort of stuff. Even we were throwing up the other day because we were changed black.
Come on, chase it. I've got about 5 minutes left. You have to go. Archie.
Okay. You can go outside, Neil. I'm suddenly feeling so emotional because finally she barked and I ran out here like I have been doing for all these months. But the collar was already on top of telling her off. But it works so much more effectively than I've ever been able to. So that was my first reaction to the anti-bark collar that I bought. Now this isn't sponsored at all, but this is the little device, and let's show it to you here. So this guy I bought off of Amazon for $31.95, and it's just a life changer. So over the course of 5 days, I put this on her each time she went outside, and it really worked very fast. On that first day, she had an initial 3 barks, as you saw her reaction to that. And then throughout the rest of the day, she had 3 more individual barks throughout the day, which were corrected, and she stopped immediately. And then over the course of the next 5 days, it was like maybe 1 bark a day, and she was being corrected, and it was amazing. It's got to the point that for the most part, I don't need to put the collar on her. I'm still popping it on her when I actually leave the house and I can't monitor her. It's just freed up my life incredibly. I look at that clip, I was crying in relief because for the previous 3 months, I was living in a nightmare. And I know I didn't let you inside of all the barking. Like, who wants to listen to barking on a vlog? But it was happening so frequently that I was having to keep Zoey inside the house to stop it from happening. And when she was inside, she was getting antsy and she was being destructive, and it was just like really horrible to have to live with that. And all the training stuff, I just felt like such a failure, an absolute failure, because nothing was working anymore, and it was just so difficult. And I felt like I was always on the edge of my seat, just waiting for her to bark and me have to jump up and go in and correct her and get her inside. And people said I wasn't happy, and I really was struggling. It was making things so difficult. And I know it might just seem like a really small thing, but when you're living with it and every single day, it's constant. Like, I would open the door, she would run out and start barking. That's how bad it had gotten. I couldn't leave my house and go and do, say, food shopping without her barking and destroying the peace of my neighborhood. It was a horrible, horrible situation. I don't wish it on anybody. I need to be able to go out and do things. I need to be able to go out and earn money when I need to do that. Like, if I wanted to go busking, it wasn't an option. I had to get her to be watched when I had a gig. And this collar that cost me less than $32 fixed it. It is amazing. It's a miracle. It's a life changer. Basically, it says it fits most dog breeds, fast results, humane, easy to use, battery included. And gosh, it really has. I can now leave my house and go out and do the food shopping and not have that layer of stress of, oh, what is she doing? I was able to go over to my parents' house and visit my mum. I was able to go visit my aunt. I couldn't take time for myself because I always had to be on monitoring Zoey duty, which was driving me up the wall. So we're now I think we're the 16th of December, and things are just drastically better than a month ago. and it's amazing to me. Now, in terms of the COVID cluster that we had pop up, we actually have brought our numbers back to 0, and we've had consecutive days of having 0 cases in total in our state again. And we have had, I think it's like between 2 and 3 weeks of no new cases, which is great. Today we have 1 new case with someone that's returned from overseas as we've started our international flights back up, but they are in a Medi hotel, and hopefully what happened before doesn't happen again. But currently our local community has no cases of COVID, and we are, you know, back to where we were before the whole little shenanigan. I once again want to stress that I'm sorry to everyone who is dealing with a much harder and worse situation overseas. This is just the reality that I'm living with here in South Australia, and why, you know, I make vlogs where I go out of the house and I do things and I'm not masked up and all of that. I'm still trying to wear a mask when I leave the house, but it's now not mandatory to wear one, even in like a healthcare environment, even in going into a chemist. So it's not mandatory anywhere anymore. So no one has to wear masks, but I'm trying to be a little bit safer, given like I have had the little illnesses. I just want to make sure that even if it's not COVID, I'm not passing it to someone. So wearing a mask, doing all the right things, and we got through it, you know? So I really hope that things get easier in other places in the world. And well, fingers crossed on these vaccinations that they do work and we do get out of this pandemic at some stage. Who knows what 2021 holds? And I'm looking forward to moving forward. Okay, what are you crying about? Well, we got a kitten on the cat tower. We got a Zoey on the floor. Okay guys, I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching this video. I'm sorry it was a very long one. I hope you enjoyed it, found it interesting at least. And I'll see you with some more vlogs in the future. I do have some festive ones coming up. So have a great day or night, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.